Here we are back at it again. Another night, another video. And as usual, welcome to the show, right? As usual. If you're watching this on Facebook, give it a like and a follow. If not, that must mean you're on YouTube. So give it a like and a subscribe. You all appreciate it. All right. And tonight, you may be thinking, what are we talking about tonight? Tonight we're talking about why manifestation is so important. I know we've heard this a million, fulfillion, bajillion, quadrillion times about manifestation. Some people believe in it, some people don't. Some people look at it, from a literature perspective, from a spiritual perspective, from a religious perspective, however you look at it. Now, for me, it's a lot different because I can for sure within myself say that I've manifested a couple of things in my life, right? And I'm just gonna give you a breakdown and a look at it from two different angles, right? Tonight. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the topic. All right. Manifestation. Manifestation as a term, like what is it, right? So manifestation is the process of turning thoughts, desires, or intentions into reality, often by focusing your mindset, emotions, and actions on what you want to achieve. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to kind of look at the morphology, not so much as the etymology, but the morphology of it, right? And like I say, break it down from two different angles. So in the general definition, to manifest something means to make it real or visible. For example, someone manifests their confidence through their posture, meaning their confidence became visible or obvious. This is something that we can see all the time, very much so, all the time. That's something real simple, but that's something very practical and something that we can see often, right? Now, if we look at it in a spiritual slash self development context, in the law of attraction or a mindset sense, manifestation refers to the idea that your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions can attract matching experiences to or outcomes into your life. What I mean by this is like visualizing success, maintaining a positive mindset, and taking inspired actions are said to help manifest your goals. Like if you have a dream job, like a relationship, or an opportunity that you want to have, like in the future. And last is the psychological perspective that we're going to look at. It's from a more practical point of view. Manifestation works because focusing on a goal changes your behavior, motivation, and awareness. You notice and act on opportunities that align with what you want. So, from these three perspectives, right, that you got like the general definition, you have the spiritual slash self developmental context, and then you have the psychological perspective. All of these, I can see replaying over in my life, right? All of these, I believe that we all have experience with. Okay. So manifestation equals thinking and feeling and acting in alignment with what you want until it becomes reality. So if we look at it from two different angles, right? Um, the people of the books might say it's fate, right? But like I say, let's look into the morphology of it, right? Because faith without what works is dead. Work is a verb. Manifest is a verb, right? So both of these things are actions. Without the action, there is no manifestation. Without the work, the faith is dead, right? So that's all I'm saying. When we look at it in that way, right? You have to have all these things in alignment in order for these things to come true. It can't be one without the other. Have to be um they all have to be in conjunction with each other. Okay. So the faith without works, you know, the thinking, feeling, and acting in alignment makes all these things go together, right? So for me, I've seen different things manifest in my life from small things. So I can take it from like this. I always use like the physical aspect as an example. Me starting out lifting weights. I remember We had t-shirts and we had different things in high school that would distinguish certain people, in what we did. So you had the 200-pound club, you had the 225 bench club. I remember seeing guys pushing the high twos, the high threes, and I used to always think like, man, I want to get there someday. But it wasn't until I became an adult that now I'm up there benching in the high threes, squatting in the fours. I'm in the 1,000-pound club. I'm doing all these things. I manifested that in my life. I visualized it. But I also had a plan for how to get stronger. I tried out different workout plans, different diets, and I kept going to the weight room and kept training with strength and conditioning until I became that, right? So that's one way I've seen it manifest in my life. So that's why I believe in it so much, right? How to manifest effectively, like visualization, affirmations, or goal setting techniques. People may not believe in affirmations, but again, I do believe in it. It's a little bit more science to it. If you know anything about, I know a lot of woke people believe in the 432 hertz theory. A lot of people look and believe in sound waves and vibrations and frequencies and things of that. All of that is real. I don't care what nobody say. All of that is real. There have been studies and there have been experiments and there has been a lot of evidence of people being healed through these things, right? Through music, through the sound waves, through the vibrations, through certain frequencies, right? And it can change the synchronization of your heartbeat and things like that. There's a lot of evidence out there about these things. So that's why I believe in affirmations. Your vocal cords, they have vibrations. You speak at a certain frequency, right? And saying these things out loud and hearing them through your eardrums and it going into your subconscious, into your mind. That's why I believe affirmations work. It's real science to this, right? And you could take it from a religious context, right? If you, like I say, the faith thing or praying and things like that, you can look at it from that angle as well. That's up to you. I'm not taking either side. I'm just telling you what I know from research and from what I've experienced in my own life. Now, how to manifest effectively, step by step, blending both the spiritual and psychological sides so it actually works in real life. This is where it gets fun for me because I like action, right? I like to take significant action in what I'm doing. So, step one, we have to be clear about what it is that we want in life, right? If you want multiple things, that's fine. But I'm gonna say this: the end of all suffering is to have no desires, right? Not to not have any goals, desires. But step one, be clear on what you want. Manifestation starts with clarity. So be specific. The universe and again, your subconscious responds better to clear instructions. So if you want to reach a certain financial goal, you need to manifest or you need to say your affirmations saying that I am, earning whatever it is that you want. And I know this is cliche, y'all have heard this a bunch of times, but I'm just regurgitating a lot of things that I believe in and that I do. So write it down, make a list. I have this. Like, one second. I have this. I'm not just talking. Um, Business and priorities. I have this. I have what I want to make from stocks. I have tips and strategies. I have my budget. I have credit. I have the classes that I want to take, the grade I want to make in the class. Like I have everything out here, my social media, places I want to travel. I have all this stuff written down. It's not me just saying it. I do this in real life. Okay. This is not just me coming on here just talking. I'm not one of these grifters. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not none of that. Like this me in real life, just coming to y'all regurgitating information. All right. Step two, visualize it. This was big for me in sports, right? This was big for me in sports because the thing that changed me as an athlete specifically was when I played running back. My coach used to always say, visualize yourself in the end zone. Visualize yourself in the backfield, going through the motions, taking all the right steps, moving fast, moving swiftly, making that juke, making that spin move, breaking that tackle, running into the end zone. Visualize it so when you get on the field, everything's much more smooth, everything's much more efficient. And I still do that stuff today in my real life. Like if I'm having to go speak in front of people, I've been on panels, I've had to speak to as an ambassador for my school before and things like that, speak to prospective students. When I'm about to go and speak in front of people, I visualize myself in front of that crowd, giving them great information, getting great feedback, asking questions, adding a little humor so I can, drop everybody's guard and open up and be more transparent. I visualize these things so that way my execution is much more crisp, if that makes sense, right? So you have to see it vividly. What you see, hear, and feel, you need to see it vividly. Feel the emotions of already having it. And this is what I talk about a lot of time, that reverse engineering. Where do I want to be when I'm 60, when I'm 50, when I'm 40? I want to own this type of house. I want to have these animals. I want to have a farm. I want to have a garden. I want to have this type of life. And I look at that life and I say, that is what I want. And I visualize myself having it already. Step three, use affirmations and aligned language. Affirmations help reinforce belief, right? Um, that's like a lot of this stuff, like you've already heard before. A lot of it is cliche. Say daily affirmations out loud, in writing, or silently, but make sure they feel true, not forced. So negative self-talk is a thing, but you can reprogram that within yourself, and saying these daily affirmations or writing them down often actually helps. Step four, take the action. And I say this again, shout out to Marquette Devon Burton. I got this from him. Go forward like a fearless lunatic, right? That's what I mean by take action, right? Again, that's that faith without works. That's that visualization, that verbal, and also putting everything into action in alignment with manifestation. That's what it is. That's the action. That's the last part to it. So once you set the intention, act on the opportunities that arise, even if it's the smallest opportunity. I can tell y'all one recently, like when I was overseas, I was they would we were passing out notes, and things were coming down the pipe, and they was asking people, did we want to attend something? And I was like, kind of like, there's really no reason for me to. Like, I'm getting older. Like my body's not where I want it to be. It's not really like where it used to be. So nah, I'll just pass on it. But then I got back and the notes got pushed out again. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna show up on some BS. And I got there and I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I can actually do this. I can actually do this. And I can build myself up to where I needed to be. It's not impossible. It's gonna be hard. I understand that. Oh well, but like you know how much hard stuff I done done in my life? It's nothing. So that's what I mean by take the opportunities, even the smallest opportunity that comes. You have to take it because you never know what might come out of that, right? So even small, consistent actions send a powerful signal that you're serious. That's another thing in my life that I have issues with, not me, but other people, right? People are not serious. And you can notice it in the first 2 minutes of talking to them. You can see it in the urgency of people, right? Most people are not serious about the things that they talk about their goals. They just not. And I don't have time for it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to hear it. So that's another thing. I take small, consistent actions, even if it's just me posting, me running every day. I'm trying to signal to the universe, to myself, and to anybody that may be, watching me as an example that I'm super serious, overly serious, right? That's just me. Step five, believe and let go. LIG, let it go, right? Doubt is the biggest blocker. Trust that what you want is coming, even if you can't see it yet. Again, that goes back to that word, that faith, for all my people of the book, that faith. But if it don't have the work behind it, you can forget about it. But letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing control over how or when it happens. That's true. I remember being younger, and man, shout out to Miracle College, man. Shout out to my advisors. Shout out to all the professors I had because they did a great job at this. They literally, my senior year, made us write out a goal. Like my advisors made me write out a goal. How much money I wanted to make, what positions I wanted, what career field I wanted, what jobs I had in mind, what I wanted to do with those jobs, what I wanted to accomplish in the community, all of those things, man. And this is something that I always say. The goals I had wasn't the issue. Is that I set my goals way too low. So I said I wanted to have a certain salary, right? And I think, but after like 2 or 3 years of me graduating from college and going on with my life, I got that salary. So I was like, dang, I really manifested this, but I manifested it too low. So I doubled that goal. And by the age of 27, I had hit that goal. So that let me know like I didn't know what I was capable of and I didn't know my potential, right? Other people had told me, but I didn't truly believe it. So I had set my goals way too low. And so from there, I doubled that goal. And now I believe that, in another 5 years, I'll reach it. Right. And then from there, I'll probably triple the goal. And by the age of 40 to 45, I know for sure I'll hit it. So that's the thing about believing and letting go. You're not giving up. You're just releasing control over how or when it happens. My first goals, they were so low, so they happened fast. But I guarantee if I had put those goals up here, like out of reach that I may have thought at the time, it might have took 7 to 10 years, but I would have got there because I know I would have took the steps and completed all the prerequisites needed that to accomplish that goal. Okay. So step 6, practice gratitude. Man, I don't think enough people do this. And it's the social media. It's the social media, man. Gratitude, well, let me say this. Social media depletes our gratitude. It depletes it. I don't care what anybody say. You like social media would take away every kind of joy, every kind of happiness you have about the small things. Because what's going to happen is you're going to look online and you're going to see somebody doing this, or you're going to see somebody doing that, or you're going to see somebody who has this or accomplishing that. And it's going to seem like to you like, "Damn, I ain't doing enough. Or maybe I ain't that talented, or maybe I'm not that good." And all that does is reconfirms that negative self-talk, right? And all that does is defeats all of your affirmations that you've been saying daily. You have to be grateful for what you already have and what's on the way, right? Gratitude raises your emotional vibration and attracts more positive experiences. Most people that I meet are not thankful for what they have, right? And this is not me saying be content. This is not me saying be content, right? This is not me saying um be satisfied. This is just me saying, just be thankful for the blessings you already have, for what you've already accomplished, no matter how small. Even if it's I graduated high school. For a lot of my guys, even if it's I graduated basic and AIT and I made it to my first unit, I ain't made it, no trouble. Even if I made it through that first contract, be thankful for all the small things you have. Okay, I got a car. It ain't a Benz, it ain't a BMW, it ain't a G Wagon, it ain't a vet, it ain't a scat pack, but I have a car. Like that's good enough, right? No, I'm not eating at Ruth Chris and Jay Alexander's. I'm not eating, at Noble, but every now and then I can go to Walmart or I can go somewhere and get me like a $20, $30 steak. I can go to Texas Roadhouse. That's cool. Be thankful, man. Like everybody trying to top and top and top and top and top. And once you don't hit those goals in the time that you allocated for yourself, then what's gonna do is you're gonna get down, you're gonna start getting depressed and all this other BS, man. Forget all that. Be thankful for what you got now. All right. So if you're not already, hey, journal daily. Write it down as if it already happened or as if it's already on its way, right? Surround yourself with positive influences. The most difficult thing to do on planet Earth right now. Because again, what y'all gonna do is y'all gonna get on social media and y'all gonna like, y'all gonna share, y'all gonna comment on all the things that trigger you. And what the algorithm does is feed you more of what you already desire, right? Let's be honest. The internet and artificial intelligence is way more smarter than you. It has way more capacity and way more bandwidth than you, right? So people think, oh, the media is feeding us all this. The media is feeding us all this. No, people want to see negativity. Like y'all don't want to say it, y'all don't want to admit it, but your subconscious mind knows that negative things trigger you. Your subconscious mind knows that negativity is what you respond to, right? And so when you get on the internet and you interact and you socialize with all these things, that's you're only feeding into it. So you're gonna get more of what you focus on. It's the people. Hate to say it, but it's being honest. People like negativity, so that's what we see all the freaking time is negativity. It's a bunch of ton of conscious rappers and positive influences and all these things. I don't see them people with 3, 4, 5, 6 million shares. I don't see them people going viral all the time. You know what I see going viral? Fight videos, BS, celebrities getting divorced. Um, oh, this guy got done wrong. Oh, this girl got done wrong. I see that going viral. I don't see the mom who's been a great mother to her kids and being a great wife, or the man who's been a great father and a great husband and leading and directing and guiding all his people in the right way. I don't see that going viral all the time. So it's y'all the problem, just being honest. All right. So watch yourself talk. You manifest what you believe, not just what you want. And that's what I said. Like the ones again, the end of all suffering is to have no desires. Once you desire something, once you want something, all your wants, they start rising more above your necessities, right? And I feel like that's where a lot of people fall short, because you manifest what you believe. A lot of people don't believe in the goals that they set for themselves. And I use myself as an example. It was a point in time where I didn't believe I could do all the things that I'm doing now, right? And I had to check myself. Don't let me fall short. Don't let me backslide. Don't let me start slipping, right? Don't let me start getting soft. Because what's going to happen is it's going to deteriorate the quality of everything that we're trying to build. Don't let me do that. So again, today, I know, man. I know I get on here and I get to rambling sometimes and I get to talking a little too much and a little too fast and my thoughts I run they just run and I run with them like a wild horse, man, for real. But if you watch this, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you rocking with me. Again, give it a like, drop it down in the comments what you think about manifestation. Do you believe in it or do you not? Right? I don't care what nobody say. Faith without works dead, and your visualization, your verbal, your positive or negative self-talk, and your actions in alignment will create that manifestation, right? All these things will come to fruition. But again, y'all, we got to believe. Raise your belief level. Raise it. Raise it, raise it, raise it. And I'm gonna try to be a living witness. I'm gonna try to be an example. I'm gonna try to show y'all proof of how manifestation works. All right. And I have nothing more for y'all. Y'all have a great night. I'm out.